Hello everyone. Today we will discuss quadratic equations and inequalities using different techniques. Topic highlight: Defining quadratic equations. First part ng discussion natin ay defining quadratic equations. First is identifying the second degree variable parameter. Second is organizing polynomials into the formal standard sequence for us to identify the coefficients a, b, and c safely. Let's start with our first target, defining quadratic equations. A quadratic equation in one variable is a mathematical sentence of degree 2 that can be written in the standard algebraic format ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So always remember, pag pinag-uusapan si quadratic equation, it is a polynomial equation in degree 2. So it means that the highest exponent present in your given equation is 2. Okay, again, pag sinabi nating degree 2, ibig sabihin, ang degree niya ay 2, ang pinakamataas na exponent na makikita mo sa equation natin like this one is 2. Okay? Where A, B, C is an element of real number, provided that A must not be equal to 0. The question is, bakit si A ay hindi pwedeng maging 0? The reason is, kapag ang A natin ay 0, it will automatically cancel out this first term. 0 times x squared is 0. Therefore, ang matitira sa atin ay bx plus c, which is a representation of a linear expression, and equals 0 linear equation. We have to understand these structural rules. The first is leading term rule. The coefficient a is kept positive as standard practice. So may mga times na mag-solve tayo bago natin hanapin yung values ng a, b, c. If that's the case, you must understand that a must be kept always positive. Okay? So that means kapag nakakuha ka ng A na negative, you have negative A, automatically you should divide all of the terms to negative 1 para ma-achieve natin yung positive A. Next, equate to 0. Shift all active values to the left side, leaving 0 on the right, or vice versa. Remember, since we have an equation, pwede kang mamili kung saan mo gustong ilagay yung mga values mo if you want to put it in the left side or on the right side. Pwedeng mamili kung saan mo ilalagay yung mga terms mo. Basta ang mahalaga, lahat ng terms mo sama-sama and then equal 0. Okay, kung gusto mo nasa left side lahat ng ax squared plus bx plus c, okay lang, basta sa kabila ay equal 0. Or vice versa, 0 equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That's also fine. Especially if your task is to find the value or the coefficients a, b, and c. So let's have this practice converting to standard form. Transform each expression into standard form. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 and state its corresponding constants. Let's have number 1. The original equation is x squared minus 5x equals negative 3. So the first thing that we must do is to put all of your terms on one specific side. So for example, I chose to put it here on the left side of the equation. So meron na ako ngayong x squared minus 5x. And then we can use the technique transpose if you're familiar with it. Transpose to the left side of the equation. So that gives us plus 3. Then equal 0. Kasi wala nang natira dun sa right side natin. Okay? So now, we can now identify the ABC. So A is yung katabi ng x squared, which is an invisible 1. Ang B natin is yung katabi ng x, which is negative 5. And then yung C natin ay yung constant na positive 3. So ang lagi lang natin tatandaan dito, in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, ax squared is considered as the quadratic term. It means si A yung may katabi ng x squared. And then, bx is considered as the linear term. Ibig sabihin naman, si b ang may katabi ng x raised to 1. And then C represents the constant term. So si C naman yung constant na ina-add or sinasubtract natin sa specific equation. Okay? So now, if we have gx squared plus 2 equals negative 6, hindi pa siya naka-standard form, kaya yun yung magiging target natin bago natin makuha yung ABC. So ganun pa rin, lipat lang natin yung negative 6x sa kabila. And if you will be using the transpose technique, laging tatandaan, kapag naglipat ka ng isang term sa ibang side ng equation, automatically ay napapalitan ng sign. Therefore, we have now 3x squared. Nilipat yung negative 6x, naging positive 6x. And then we have plus 2. And then equal 0. Now we can identify the a, which is the coefficient in the quadratic term. We have 3. Next, the linear terms coefficient is 6. And the constant is 2. Next, 9x squared minus 25. Same concept. Lipat sa kabila. We have now 9x squared minus 25 is equal to 0. Now, what is our quadratic terms coefficient? That is 9. Ano naman yung magiging coefficient natin ng linear term? Since wala naman ditong linear term or yung number na may katabing x, that means b is equal to 0. Okay? So, it's like meron siyang 0x squared sa gitna. And 0x squared is still 0. So, next. And c is equal to negative 25. Lastly, 7x, lipat ulit sa kabila. So we have now 5x squared plus 7x is equal to 0. Quadratic terms coefficient is 5, b is 7, and c is, since walang nakalagay dito na naka-plus without the x squared and x, we considered c as equal to 0. Okay, so let's proceed to the next target. Next target is solving quadratic equation. So we have different techniques to do that. The first technique that we may consider, especially if satisfies the following format, is extracting square roots. So let's talk about the format of this first technique that we will be talking about. It is applicable when the linear coefficient b is equal to 0. So kapag na-identify natin na yung b or yung linear term natin, linear term coefficient ay 0, applicable ang extracting square roots. And direct inverse operation of squaring, evaluating properties of constants k. Yun yung mga i-expect natin dito sa mga process na gagawin sa extracting square roots. So let's start with the core principle. Extracting square roots, concept, and method. If the linear term b equals 0, we isolate x squared directly, such that we have x squared is equal to k. And therefore, x is equal to positive or negative square root of k. Okay? So, mga possible na given na makikita nyo dito ay maliban sa x squared equals k, pwede rin kayo makakita ng x squared minus k, where k is a specific constant, is equal to 0. Kapag ganyan yung itsura, and then aayusin lang natin siya in this form. Lipat lang sa kabila. So, we have x squared is equal to k. And then after transposing negative k dito sa kabilang side at nagkaroon na tayo ng ganitong format, next na gagawin natin is to reverse this square. Kasi ang kailangan nating mahanap na value ay x. Remember, the target is to solve quadratic equations. And solving quadratic equations means finding the value of the unknown variable. And in this case, that's x. So we don't need the value of x squared. We need the value of x. Therefore, we need to neutralize this square by squaring it both sides. the square root of x squared is equal to x. So it is like, quote unquote, you cancel the square root to square, that gives us x equals the square root of k is equal to positive or negative square root of k. Okay, remember that if you square a number, the answer must be 2, positive or negative. Okay, because remember that the meaning of square root is like you're finding a specific number that if you multiply, the answer would be the radicand. So for example, if you have a square root of 4, kung mag-isip tayo ng number na kapag i-multiply sa sarili niya, dapat ang lalabas ay 4. That is the meaning of square root of 4. So we can say that 2, if you multiply it to itself, that is equal to 4. Therefore, one of the answers here is positive 2. But also, if I think about a specific number, I can say that negative 2 is also part of it, because negative 2 times negative 2 is equal to also positive 4. Okay, and that gives me the idea that the square root of 4 is equal to positive or negative 2. So we have two answers. Okay, let's talk about the nature of k, or the specific constant. If k is greater than 0, therefore, our answer would be real numbers. Such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our answer would be real numbers. But if k is equal to 0, it is also a real number, but specifically, the square root of 0, or the square root of k where k is equal to 0, is still 0. And if k is less than 0, our answer is an imaginary number. Kung ang sagot natin ay imaginary number, therefore we can imaginary number. Kung ang sagot natin ay imaginary number, therefore we can generalize that if k is less than 0 and k is inside this radical sign, we have no real solution. Okay, let's talk about the step-by-step process on solving quadratic equations using this technique. The first one is to isolate the square. Arrange terms so the squared variable or binomial sits on one side. Next, extract. Take the square root of both sides. Do not forget the plus or minus symbol as explained on this part. And lastly, solve. Isolate x to find the final two values. Let's have these examples. Solve the quadratic equation x squared is equal to 121. The square root of x squared is equal to positive or negative square root of 121. So here's the process. This is the given equation, x squared is equal to 121, and our target is to find the value of x. So first thing, we must square root both sides, or find the square root of both sides, okay, para makuha natin yung value ng x. The square root of x squared is, again, we may quote and quote cancel the square root and 2, matitira ay x. And then x is equal to positive or negative square root of 121, and the square root of 121 is positive or negative 11. Don't forget the two answers, positive and negative 11. Solution set would be negative 11, comma, positive 11. Next example. How about if we have x minus 5 quantity squared is equal to 36? How do we find the value of x here? Is it the best way to expand this, like using FOIL method? Or is it better if we use extracting square root? So in this case, since naka-square yung x minus 5 natin, quantity square naman siya, and nakahiwalay na rin yung specific constant natin sa kabilang equal sign, we can proceed on extracting the square roots. Okay, why? Kahit expression siya, since ang target natin ay mahanap yung value ng x, okay, pwede natin gawin na mag-square root both sides dito. Because finding the value of x means aalisin natin lahat ng katabi niya, okay, for it to be isolated. So, the square root of x minus 5 quantity squared, again, we may quote-unquote cancel the square root and then square. Ang matitira ay x minus 5 na lang, equals positive or negative the square root of 36. The square root of 36, we all know that it is positive or negative 6. And of course, if we have two answers, it means that we have, first, x minus 5 is equal to positive 6. Let's use positive 6 on the first. And then x minus 5 is negative 6. This is the second answer. Gamit lang tayo ng transpose method, or pwede rin naman na gamitin natin yung general properties in mathematics. So if we have x minus 5 equals 6, that's the first case. The first thing that we must do here is to isolate x. So that means we need to cancel 5 here at kailangan natin siya malipat sa kabila. If we want to use transpose method, we can do that. So negative 5, lipat sa kabila. Magiging x is equal to 6 plus 5, which is equal to 11. That's the first value of x. So let me write it here. And the second value of x here is, let's write the second case, x minus 5 is equal to negative 6. So ganun ulit, we can use the transpose method. X is equal to negative 6, and then we have plus 5. X is equal to negative 1. So our answers here are 11 and negative 1. So pwede natin siyang isulat as negative 1, 11. So ano nga ba ulit ang ibig sabihin kapag ang lumbas na value ng x ay 11 at negative 1? So reviewing our concept in equations, kung ano yung mga nakuha nating solution, ibig sabihin sila yung magiging reason para yung equation natin dito ay maging true statement. Okay? So sila daw yung magiging dahilan para maging equal si x minus 5 quantity squared equals 36. So let's try to check if our answers are correct. Let's start with x equals 11. So if x is equal to 11, we have now, let's just substitute x here as 11. So we have 11 minus 5 quantity squared is equal or not to 36. 11 minus 5 is 6. Then we have squared is equal or not to 36. We have 36 equals 36, and there we prove that one of the value of x here, or one of the zero of x here, is 11. Next, how about x equals negative 1? So same thing that we did here. Substitute x equals negative 1. So we have negative 1 minus 5 quantity squared is equal to 36. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. Square it, equal or not to 36. And negative 6 squared is 36, positive 36, and is equal to positive 36. And therefore, we prove both of it, yung 11 tsaka negative 1, as part of the solution set of this given quadratic equation, x minus 5 quantity squared equals 36. And last example for extracting square roots. Okay, so let's have this. Solve the quadratic equation 3 times the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared minus 12 equals 36. So in this case, we have some steps needed to do before solving the square roots, which are constant adjustments and some coefficients. if we have 3 times the quantity of x plus 2 quantity squared minus 12 equals 36. So remember that in this case, if we want to find the value of x, bago tayo mag-square root, bago gawin yung square root, kailangan alisin muna natin yung katabi ng expression na naka-square. So it means ang tatargetin nating mawala dito ay yung negative 12 and also 3. Okay, kailangan malipat natin sa kabila or ma-extract natin dito sa left side before doing the extracting square root. So let's start by removing negative 12 here. So how to remove negative 12? Again, we can use the transpose, like putting this negative 12 to the right side para magiging positive 12 na siya. But we can also use the mathematical properties. So we may use the additive inverse, add 12 both sides to cancel it out. But again, you can use the transpose technique if you want. So, ang matitira na lang ay 3 times x plus 2 quantity squared. Then, negative 12 plus 12 is cancelled. That's our target here. Kaya tayo nag-add both sides ng 12. And then equals 36 plus 12 is 48. That's the first step that we did here. Add 12 to both sides. So, that gives us 3 times x plus 2 quantity squared equals 48. So we have now a multiplier here, 3. So the next thing that we must do, if we have 3 times x plus 2 quantity squared equals 48. Again, our goal here is to isolate this expression na naka-square before doing the extracting square root. So we have to divide both terms to 3. So we can cancel it out now. At ang matitira ay x plus 2 quantity squared equals 48 divided by 3 is equal to 16. So we can write 16 here. Okay, after that process, we can now extract the square roots here. X plus 2 quantity squared equals 16. So square root both sides or find the square root of both sides. We can do this. So we have now x plus 2 equals square root of 16. So we all know that square root of 16 is positive or negative 4. Then again, we have two answers. Okay, so let me write it here. After extracting and splitting the terms, we have x plus 2 is equal to positive or negative 4. After this, we can now consider to remove 2 on the left side. So subtract 2 both sides. Okay, but again, you decide what operation or what sign do you consider first, positive or negative. Let's say I'm going to consider the positive 4 first. So subtract both sides to 2. That gives us x plus 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. So the first value of x is equal to 2 if we use positive 4. How about if we use negative 4? X plus 2 is equal to negative 4. Again, we can use the transpose method or we can use this mathematical property, the additive inverse. Okay. Subtract 2 both sides to cancel positive 2. So we have now x, cancel na to, equals negative 6. So the second value of x is negative 6. Therefore, the solution set is 2, negative 6. Again, si 2 and negative 6 ang magiging reason para maging true yung statement natin dito. So that's about extracting square roots.